Wow, this question really took me by surprise. Although in my daily consultations and during my research on numerical phenomena, I often encounter such questions. But seeing this kind of question in my live stream still makes me feel quite helpless. I honestly can't imagine that there are still so many people who think this way. Don't tell me you still believe that 18, 81, 79, 97, 36, 63, 42, 24 represents bloodshed, 17, 71, 89, 98, 46, 64, 23, 32 stands for disaster, 16, 61, 74, 47, 38, 83, 29, 92 means amazing romantic relationships, and 12, 21, 96, 69, 84, 48, 37, 73 signifies a fate worse than death? Is it possible that even now, while we are all living in the same world, there are still people who believe that these numbers can bring good or bad luck, fortune or misfortune? And then I saw this question, teacher, isn't the ultimate end of science just metaphysics? Dear everyone, dear students, wherever you are, please remember, the end of science is not metaphysics, but rather our own ignorance and the limits of our cognitive understanding. But even when it comes to the boundaries of our thinking, even when it comes to things we can't imagine, can't see, or don't know, we must still maintain a clear and rational mindset. Because only with this attitude, only with this kind of understanding can we truly protect ourselves. No matter who tells you these things, whether they mean well or are simply ignorant about numbers, please don't blame those who care about you. But everyone must understand that numbers have never been some mysterious illusion, nor are they floating omens of luck or curses that inspire fear. Rumors always end with your own critical thinking in the moment. It is the unyielding power within our thoughts that represents the brilliance of humanity. Please remember, numbers phenomena reflects the complex and genuine information present in our lives. There has never been such a thing as a calamity falling from the sky in your life, nor is there any so-called fate of harming your parents, children, or spouse. As long as you possess even a trace of independent thought, you will not be troubled or disturbed by such rumors. My dear friends, dear students, every event we encounter, experience, or go through in our lives stems from extremely complex causes and factors. Every event you encounter, every person you meet, every circumstance that appears in your life is just one of those factors. It includes your behavior, your personality, your way of thinking, your surrounding environment, your upbringing, your character, your interests and hobbies, as well as every choice you make in life, and many other complex factors. It is this complex and unique information that shapes each of us into distinctly different individuals, and all of this information is reflected in the numerical phenomena of each person. My life is both long and short, but we must understand that the power of life is especially important to everyone, and this power of life comes from learning. Learning broadens our horizons. It allows us to make choices when we have options, rather than viewing our lives by simply following the crowd or being swayed by others. If that were the case, it would be truly unfortunate. People can become narrow-minded due to ignorance, and those who are narrow-minded often find it difficult to reach places where the light shines in. Because narrow-mindedness causes people to close the eyes that can see the light, and that is your instinct. If you're watching this video, please consider whether your current life situation is really determined by your number representing luck or misfortune. Does it represent disaster and accidents? Of course not. We need to study numerical phenomena in a rational and scientific way. This is why the study of numerical phenomena needs to be integrated into our daily lives. Because it is your life, it is your complex and multi-layered life, it is every second you experience. Life is extremely rich and complex, and every second of our existence is telling the story of the meaning you are so desperately searching for. Dear friend, please remember, the end of science is not mysticism, but rather the starting point for our exploration of the unknown. The information contained in numerical phenomena aligns with the realities of our lives, rather than being some mystical concept floating in the sky. Numbers are labeled as accidental, unlucky, lucky, bringing wealth, benefactors, adversaries, disasters, or dangers, because each set of numbers presents extremely complex and rich information that should not be treated in such a simplistic way. Whether or not you are studying this information and whether or not you have the opportunity to scientifically understand the role of numerical phenomena in our lives, always remind yourself not to forget to think and not to forget to validate your own life. Everyone who falls into a trap does so because they harbor a mindset of seeking shortcuts, indulging in fantasies of overnight riches, or benefactors falling from the sky. But such fantasies simply do not exist in our lives. You need to face the capabilities of life head-on, and so does everyone else. This is an academic study about our lives. It deserves our respect and our serious attention because you are living within it right now.